So you're looking to really get your head around something new, but without getting totally bogged down,
Yeah,
right?
avoid that feeling of overwhelm.
Exactly. You've got ideas, maybe even like an app concept bubbling away.
All right, yeah.
But the whole code thing, the tech world, it just feels like a huge wall to climb.
We hear that a lot, and it's completely understandable.
That's exactly what we're diving into today, though.
Because things have really shifted, the power to actually build digital tools, it's changed massively. We're not stuck in that era where you absolutely had to be a coding expert.
Right, so today, we're tackling the no-code revolution. Think of it like, well, opening up the digital world, democratizing it.
Yeah, putting the tools in the hands of the innovators.
Regardless of whether you're super techie or, just starting to explore.
Mm.
So our mission today
Our mission.
is to give you a really solid grasp of what no-code can do, the different kinds of platforms out there, and, crucially, how to figure out the right one for you
So you can jumpstart your vision, test those ideas.
without needing a massive budget or like a whole team of engineers right off the bat.
And look, this isn't just our take on it. We've really dug into Winston Trim's guide, How to Build No Code, APS.PDF.
Yeah, we're basically pulling out the absolute essentials from that resource for you, giving you the fast track to what really matters.
Forget the old way, right? Those super long development cycles, the huge cost just to get started.
Totally. We're talking about a world where you could, potentially mock up a working prototype on your lunch break.
And a lot of these platforms have free options to get you going.
It's just a completely different way of doing things now, a fundamental shift.
Okay, so let's break down that core idea. No code. What is it, really?
At its heart.
Yeah, in essence, it's building applications, could be websites, mobile apps, even games, without actually writing traditional computer code.
Right. You're using visual tools instead. Drag and drop interfaces, pre-built blocks, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Visual design, pre-made components.
And the effect this is having, especially for entrepreneurs, it's massive.
It really is a power shift, like you said. Suddenly, it's not just about having the coding chops.
No, it's about having the idea, identifying the problem, dreaming up the solution.
Precisely. And that's the democratization bit. That's key. No-code platforms, they've just smashed down those initial barriers.
You don't need the formal tech degree. You don't need piles of cash up front.
Which means you can experiment much more freely. And, this is crucial, test your basic concepts really quickly and cheaply.
Winston Trim calls the different platforms a kind of digital Swiss Army knife. I like that analogy.
It's a great way to put it, yeah, because each tool does have its own strengths, its own specialties. They're not all the same.
So maybe we should walk through some of the key ones mentioned in the source.
Let's do it. Let's start with Softr.
Okay, Softr. So its big thing seems to be turning spreadsheets, like Airtable or Google Sheets.
Right, data you might already have.
Into actual working web and mobile apps.
Yeah.
And the source really highlights how easy it is to use.
Very beginner-friendly, yeah. That's a big plus. And that one-click mobile app conversion thing, that's pretty neat.
Definitely. Plus, it gives you clean templates, right? So your app looks decent straight away, even if you're not a designer?
Which is huge when you're starting. And using spreadsheets you already know, it lowers that intimidation factor. You're not learning a whole new database structure from scratch.
It just taps into a workflow you might already be comfortable with. Makes sense.
And it's versatile, too. The source mentions it's good for startups, membership sites, internal tools, even simple SaaS apps.
SaaS being software as a service, like online software you subscribe to.
Exactly. And having that free plan is obviously great for getting started, for testing things out.
But there are limits.
Yeah, I mean, for really complex stuff or apps needing super heavy mobile features, like maybe advanced games, Softr might not give you all the deep customization you need.
Okay. Good to know. What's next? FlutterFlow.
FlutterFlow, right. This one's really focused on building mobile apps that feel, native, like they truly belong on iOS or Android.
So not just a web page shrunk down.
Exactly. It uses a drag-and-drop builder, but you get a real-time preview, which is super helpful. See it as you build it.
Nice. And it connects with the Firebase.
Yeah. Integrates smoothly. Firebase handles a lot of the back-end stuff, data, user logins.
So you don't have to worry about that side as much.
Right. Lets you focus on the look and feel. And another cool thing is the clean code export, meaning you can actually get the underlying code if you need to customize it further later or bring in developers. It gives you that option.
Ah, okay. So good for smooth animations, mobile-first stuff.
Definitely. Think e-commerce apps, social networks, if it needs to feel really polished on mobile.
But maybe a bit harder to learn than Softr.
The source suggests that, yeah, a slightly steeper curve.
Wow.
And having some basic design sense probably helps get the best results.
Got it. Free plan available too.
Yep, they have a free tier to get you started.
Okay. Next up, Appgyver. This sounds like it tackles the more heavy-duty stuff.
That's the positioning, yes. For more complex apps, things with advanced logic, the source even mentions apps like Uber clones.
Wow, okay, so what makes it powerful?
Workflow automation is a big one. Think about setting up automatic actions like sending emails when users do certain things.
Right, and the pricing.
This is a big plus. The core features are free, forever free, apparently.
That's pretty significant.
Huge deal if you're building something you expect to grow. And it's good for apps using phone features like GPS, camera, sensors. Think marketplaces, logistics apps.
And you can export to the app stores directly.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the catch? Is there a catch?
Well, the trade-off, according to the source, is the user interface. It can feel a bit more technical. Maybe not the absolute easiest starting point if you have zero tech background.
And the community might be smaller, less support available maybe.
Compared to some others, yeah. That's what the source indicates.
Okay. Now, switching gears completely. Games. Buildbox.
Buildbox. Yeah, the name kind of gives it away. It's laser focused on making mobile games, specifically without coding.
So drag and drop for game mechanics.
Pretty much. For 2D, even 3D games. And they try to make publishing easy, too. One-click options for app stores.
And it's best for hyper-casual games. Those simple, addictive ones.
Exactly. That seems to be its sweet spot.
So if your idea involves scores and levels, Buildbox is the way to go.
Likely, yeah. Though the source does warn that the advanced features can get pricey. And obviously, it's no good if you're not building a game.
Makes sense. Free plan to start.
Yes, there's a free option to dip your toes in.
Okay, last one on the list, Bubble. This sounds like a big one.
Bubble is often described as like the powerhouse for building really full-featured web applications. Think Airbnb clones, Uber clones, functional versions, not just mock-ups.
So really powerful for complex workflows, databases.
Extremely. It's known for its flexibility there. And it has a huge community, loads of tutorials, forums, help available.
That's always a plus.
Definitely. And it's built to scale, which is why lots of soft startups and marketplaces use it.
But the learning curve.
Yeah, that's the flip side. All that power means it's generally considered to have a steeper learning curve, not the most intuitive right out of the gate for a complete beginner.
Okay. And maybe performance issues sometimes?
The source mentions that really complex, resource-heavy apps can sometimes load a bit slower, something to be aware of.
But again, a free plan to get started.
Yes, they offer a free plan as well.
Right. So that's quite a list. Softr, FlutterFlow, Appgyver, Buildbox, Bubble. It's easy to see how someone could get stuck just trying to pick one.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what Winston Trim calls the trap of overthinking platform choice.
Spending weeks just comparing features.
Yeah, debating endlessly which one is the absolute best. And the crucial point from the source is there isn't one single best platform overall.
It depends on what you need now.
Exactly. The best platform is the one that fits your immediate goal and helps you get to the next step, the next milestone, quickly. Don't get paralyzed trying to find the perfect tool before you even start.
Which leads perfectly into maybe the most important lesson here.
Validation before investment.
Yes. Forget that old model of pouring time and money into building the whole thing before you even know if anyone actually wants it.
The no-code approach flips that entirely. You use these free tools to build an MVP.
A minimum viable product.
Right. A basic version. Just enough core features to test your main idea out in the real world. It's not just about saving money either. It's about saving emotional energy.
Yeah.
Getting told your quick prototype isn't quite right hurts way less than hearing that about something you spent months building.
So how does that process look practically?
Well, the source outlines it clearly. First, do a bit of research, pick a platform that seems like a decent fit for your goal.
Okay.
Then actually build that basic version, the MVP.
Right. Get something tangible.
Then, and this is key, don't go out selling it. Go out and have conversations with real people, potential users.
Not a pitch, a conversation.
Exactly. You're not trying to convince them your app is amazing. You're trying to listen. What problems do they have? What features actually click with them? What do they really want?
That feedback is gold.
Totally invaluable. Then you take that feedback and you iterate. You tweak the MVP. You improve it based on what you learned.
And only then, after you see some real interest, after you've proven the core idea has legs,
Then you start thinking about maybe scaling up, paying for premium features, investing more time or money, but only after validation.
Now, I can imagine someone listening might still feel a bit daunted. All these platforms, new concept.
For sure, it's natural. But remember what the source emphasizes. Everyone starts somewhere. Every expert was once a beginner.
Right. And yes, there's a learning curve, but it's way less steep than learning traditional coding from scratch.
Absolutely. And you're not alone in this. Every platform we mentioned has tutorials, guides, active communities online.
People are ready to help if you get stuck.
Exactly. Lots of beginner guides, too. The key is just start small. Build one feature, get feedback, then build the next. Don't try to boil the ocean on day one.
And the bigger picture here, this whole no-code movement, it really is leveling the playing field, isn't it?
Massively. Entrepreneurs, small business owners, artists, creatives, anyone with an idea now has a realistic shot at bringing a digital product to life.
Without needing that huge technical barrier or finding massive funding first.
Exactly. So for you listening, maybe with that idea scribbled down somewhere, you could actually start building and testing it like this week.
Okay, so let's echo Winston Trim's challenge then, a direct challenge to you, the listener.
Go for it.
Pick one idea, just one, the one you keep putting off. Choose one of these platforms. Don't overthink it. Just pick one that seems like a reasonable start. Commit to building the absolute simplest version of it this week, just the core.
Then share it. Find 5 people you trust whose opinions you value and show it to them.
And here's the most crucial part. Listen. Listen more than you talk. Get their honest feedback.
And that feedback tells you what your next step should be.
The tools are here. They're accessible. Those old barriers, they're way, way lower now.
The power to create digital things is genuinely within reach now, whatever your background, whatever your budget starting out.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Thinking about all this, what's one specific problem you could solve? Or one idea you could bring into the world right now using these tools?
What will you choose to build? We mentioned the resources, the beginner guides are out there for these platforms.
Yeah, the support exists. The only real question left is, what are you going to create?